Well, more than a dozen Americans are suspected of leaving the country to join terror groups in Iraq and Syria. Back in October, FBI Director James Comey addressed the threat of these people returning to the United States. Watch.
Ultimately, an American citizen, unless their passport's revoked, is entitled to come back. So someone who's fought with ISIL with an American passport wants to come back, we will track them very carefully.
Well, one lawmaker saying that's not enough. He introduced legislation to actually revoke their passports completely, ending their ability to travel internationally. So why isn't every lawmaker behind this? Sounds like a logical plan. We're going to ask Congressman Ted Poe, who joins us live from Houston. Congressman, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
It seems logical, as I just said, that this would be a great solution to really just keep our nation safe. Can you describe a little bit, go into some detail with the legislation you're proposing?
Well, the legislation's pretty simple, and it's based upon the fact that many young males throughout the world leave their home country, including the United States. They go to Syria, they get radicalized, and then they come back to their home country and commit crimes against the citizens of their own nation. So this legislation says that the State Department can revoke a passport of any member of a foreign terrorist organization like ISIS. It's a crime. It's a felony to be a member of a foreign terrorist organization. So when they go overseas, they're radicalized. They can't get back into the United States. In fact, they can't use their American passport for any purpose. They show up at an airport, say in Europe, Paris, trying to come back to America. They can't get on the airplane, and hopefully law enforcement will be there to detain them as well. So we don't want those people back in the country, prevent them from traveling throughout the world.
So why wouldn't others be behind you and support this? I mean, it seems as though this is the best measure to keep us safe, especially right now.
Well, I think it is the best measure to keep us safe and give law enforcement this option to revoke the passport. We will get more members of Congress supporting this. This legislation was just recently filed right after Congress went into session. And I suspect that it will come up before my subcommittee on terrorism, and we'll eventually get it passed very soon. So
do you believe
that's something we should do.
Do you believe that the President of the United States would get behind this? Or will it stop at his desk with the pen?
Well, we don't know what the president will do, but I suspect that he would, hopefully he would see that this is very logical and we should use this tool to prevent those people from coming back to America to do harm to us. So we will pass it, hopefully in the House, send it to the Senate, send it to the president's desk.
Are you optimistic?
The law of the land.
Congressman, are you optimistic,
Oh, yes.
though? I mean, on the heels of 5 Gitmo detainees being released, just let them go. These are medium high-risk individuals here. You're optimistic that the president would look at this as a solution? It doesn't seem as though many would say he's solution-minded these days.
Well, that's a good point. That's another issue that gets my blood pressure up, releasing those folks from Gitmo, sending them back overseas to commit crimes against us. But I hope on this issue, the president will see the wisdom in not letting people who have become radicalized back into the United States to do harm, like they did in Paris, like they're trying to do over in Belgium and other Western countries.
Wow. Well, Congressman, we thank you for joining us from the great state of Texas here at Fox and Friends with your words.
Thank you, Elizabeth.